Where'd Keaton go? Oh, wait, I think I hear him. Yeah!
Welcome back, everyone, to the CatchaGlimpse
Yo!
Podcast. Wow. We are here, episode
What an
18, I
unexpected
believe.
intro.
Yeah, that was crazy cool.
Yeah, that
If
was
you're on
all improvised.
if you're on Spotify or iTunes, nothing happened. But if you're on YouTube
No,
and you
nothing.
saw that, then there you go.
Something happened.
But yeah, thank you guys
Yeah.
so much for tuning into this podcast, CatchaGlimpse Podcast. As I said, Spotify and iTunes, you can check this out 7 a.m. on Sundays and 4:30 p.m. YouTube with those visuals. Here we are today, me and Ryan,
Sure.
me, Skeeter, Ryan, Snapperdoodle.
I'm
Um,
back.
yeah, let's go. We're here, we're chilling. We're gonna talk about various couple things. We got some events that just occurred, so this is fresh media right now. Insane
Yeah.
stuff here.
But before we go on to like any of the topics that we have in our mind banks, I just wanted to bring up that you know, I've been here every week and I'm gonna, keep that momentum going. And during this episode, I actually have COVID. So we're just we're rolling through with the sickness doing this podcast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Um, but yeah, Frankie, where's that guy at? Where's he at, dude? Huh?
Uh, yeah,
Where's that guy at?
if this is your first time tuning into the podcast, usually we have three people. Frankie is not here today.
Right.
He is not in Green Bay, which is where his setup is at. He's in town again.
For sure.
Yeah, I respect you hopping on while being sick. I do want to point out, just to block the shade that's being thrown out. When I was sick, not last week, the last week's podcast was both of us, but the week before that, when I couldn't record with you guys, I was like, not saying that you aren't sick or like have COVID, but I was literally coughing the entire, like, I would have not been able to you, like, on YouTube, you would just see me muted the entire time and just like coughing, like nothing would have came out of my mouth.
and
But
and yeah, my sickness is like better. It was definitely worse like yesterday and this morning.
mhm.
I had a bunch of coughing fits this morning, so I'm pretty good right now for the most part. But anyways, would you like to start with what you want to talk about, or would you like me to throw one in really quick?
I just want to point out,
For sure, go ahead.
with COVID just being brought up, like, speaking of it, like, just in these past couple days, it's been more prevalent than ever, which is just weird that now we bring up COVID. I have no ability to smell anymore.
Really?
So I got COVID before COVID was like known publicly in like January of that was 2020.
Yeah.
And like I got it, and then my dad got it, and my sister got it. And then ever since then, I I mean, I couldn't smell well before because usually like one of my nostrils is always clogged.
Plugged. Yeah, mine as well.
And
Same.
so now since COVID, it's just like I had something and now I got almost nothing. So unless it's like the most like potent smell ever, literally cannot smell. It's insane.
That is basically how I am right now.
Mm.
Like I had pizza for dinner, and usually it's like you open the box up, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
you can smell.
pizza.
I opened that box, nothing. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? At least I can taste it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
glad I can taste things.
Yeah.
I mean, but on the other side, I'm drinking soda right now. It's helping my throat for some reason. Like you think like cold water would help your throat. I don't know why, but soda is. But it's like my taste buds right now, for some reason, like if you were to give me lime or lemon, I could down it like it's water. I
Yeah.
can taste it, but it's like my acid reflex isn't there anymore.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard with I mean like a lot of people that, get COVID lose the ability to taste stuff and anything, and like when that is in full effect, so like you say that you still can taste things, but when people
Right.
like get the entire symptom of that, like the only thing that they can feel, like taste wise is like spice, and it's not even that it's
Right.
spicy, but it's just like the feeling
The
of
tingly feeling.
exactly. So yeah, I think that's kind of
Hmm.
what you're getting hit with. But I
That's
would
weird to think about.
say, um, I'm not sure like why soda would make your throat feel better. There's probably something in it, but honey is
Yeah.
like that is
Honey.
the save. Like
And
literally,
that
when I was getting sick 2 weeks ago, I it always happens this way. And like before COVID, like I would rarely ever get sick. And now with like this common cold that I had, I put air quotes because it was way more than usually what I have a cold with. I would always feel like, okay, I know the next day I'm gonna get a sore throat. So then I literally just have tons of honey because that like literally kicks that out in like half a
right.
day.
And speaking of honey, that leads us to this episode's sponsor.
The sponsor. Wow, check out the
Can you
honey.
imagine?
Yes.
That
Dude,
would be
that'd be
the best
crazy.
segue ever.
That
Best
would
segue
be
ever right
that'd be
there.
way too good. Oh my gosh.
Literally. Oh my
Yo,
god. Do we
honey,
need to
what the heck?
send in like our tape of like what it'll sound like?
We'll,
Because we
we'll
could do it
send
right
in
now.
that clip and just be like, okay, you gotta hook us up. That was too
This is
good.
how we tie it in. This is how you keep them intertwined with the conversation
Yeah,
and ads.
there you go.
I don't know. Would you like to go first with your topic, or I can go
Um,
first?
how estimate how long yours would take?
About like 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, let's hit with yours,
All right.
just in case
So
this one
recent,
spirals out of control.
right. So recently, Twitch had a breach in their
Oh
security
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and data, and all of the streamers on the Twitch platform had their like passwords, emails, earnings all leaked to the public. And I have to my right the top 10 amounts that Twitch streamers have made. Do you want to guess number one who it is and what their amount is?
Um, I don't. I do want to say that
Okay.
those don't include
Yeah, okay.
exclusivity deals.
This only includes subs and
Mm-hmm.
advertisements on their channel. This does not include donations, like
Twitch
advertisement
deals.
deals. Like yeah, Twitch like re-signs. This
Mm-hmm.
doesn't just subs and ads on their channel.
So that's tough to me because if you would think like, you know,
Who do you
I
think
don't
number
know.
one on the platform is?
I would say not right now, but overall, I would say Ninja because when
Okay.
Fortnite blew up, he was at like the record high of subs.
Okay.
And
He's not
that's
even in the top 10.
really because
Really.
he would literally say like during that time like if you want to support me, sub to me. Don't do donations, and I was trying to factor that in because if it's like pure subs, I'm thinking that's probably Ninja because
Right. That's what I would have
that.
thought too,
But
but he's not even in the top 10.
dang. I know I don't know where on the list this placed, but I remember seeing Lol Tyler 1. I don't know if he was top 10 or if he was just
Not even in the
somewhere on
top
there
10.
cuz he gets like tons of subs too.
He's huge
Yeah.
on like League of Legends and stuff,
Mhm.
but he's not in the top 10.
I don't know. I would just throw other names like XQC maybe.
He's in the top 10, yeah.
Okay.
But number one is I've never really heard of him, but Critical Role. I've
No.
never heard of him, but he makes $9.6 million off of subs and ads.
Wow. Do you know what
And
game he plays?
no,
Because I don't know. I feel
the only
like they're probably
person
like a CS:GO or Valorant person.
right, the only person I know with the name Critical is Moist Critical, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's who this is.
No.
Um, but second place XQC with
Okay.
$8.4 million. Summit 1G, five
Okay.
point eight
Yeah.
million dollars.
Some it makes sense to me.
Tfue, $5.2 million.
Yeah, I could see
Nick
that.
Merckx, $5 million.
I could see that.
Ludwig, $3.2
Yeah.
million. Tim the Tapman, not even on Twitch anymore.
Yeah.
Number 7, $3.2 million. I've never heard of this guy. Altor, $3 million.
Mm-mm.
Auron Play, $3 million. And Lyric, $2.9 million.
Wow. Hmm.
That's a lot of freaking bread.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just for sitting there and playing games and being like, "Hey, subscribe, give me your Amazon Prime subscription." Like, dude,
Just to
I mean,
clarify, we're like overgeneralizing that, but in terms of
right.
how much money per quality of job,
Yeah.
like a surgeon should be paid that much compared to a Twitch streamer.
And
But
again, this is just subscriptions and
yeah,
advertisements on Twitch. Like this knowledge that we have here was already public. You could easily look at somebody's sub count and just multiply it by 5 or
yeah,
3.5 and you would have found the number anyway. So people aren't really worried about it, but what's funny is when this list came out, that let everybody's earnings come out. So people are now putting in their titles number 7, their number on
oh
that list
gosh.
of ranking, and they're like making it like a game show thing. So Mizkif is number 17, I believe, and Ludwig is number 6. And there's this funny clip. Mizkif was talking to Ludwig, and Ludwig goes, "Oh, number 17, don't speak to me unless you're spoken to." And then he was
Oh
like,
no.
the classic, like, employee to boss, like, "Oh, boss, I have this idea for something that we could do for the company." He goes, "Let's not do that." And then the boss goes around and takes his idea. That's basically what the scenario was, and it was
Hmm.
very funny.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about because, like you said, that's not donations and that's not even like Twitch exclusivity deals or anything like that. So imagine
I can't imagine.
if like those were factored in because I don't know exactly who has those deals. I
Nick
think
Merckx,
yeah, I was just gonna say I think Nick Merckx had one.
117 million for 4 years, I believe.
So I mean like that, that probably bumps him, but I'm pretty sure XQC
Oh,
probably has one as well, and whoever that
right.
critical guy is. So I mean probably a similar list. But
I'm gonna search him up really quick.
so yeah, that's crazy. But I mean
Critical Role.
they have to be good at their job to be able to get to that point. So it's not like you can
Right,
fault
right.
them in any way. And I know, this is kind of just at the top of my head. Like, I don't know who else has done this. I just remember, it was in the news that like Pokimane like limited her donation cap or whatever to like
Right,
a
yeah.
dollar, and so I mean that was, I think, like a pretty nice gesture towards the community and just
Because
like
she said publicly that with all of her advertisements and signing deals and businesses outside of Twitch, she can 100% like financially keep herself in check without
yeah,
the like subs and stuff.
yeah, and so not to be like, I don't know,
Give me
not
the money.
not that somebody like takes us out of context, but not to be like communistic and just be like share the wealth, but like it would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
cool if people like Nick Merckx and stuff like limited their donations and stuff. But you can always say like maybe they're trying to start something else, so they need the cash, so they need the revenue to then put into a new business.
S-
So I mean it makes sense, but I think that's
So
just a cool
criti-
thing.
so Critical Role is a I want to say this is a D&D Twitch.
That's it's that big.
I
That's crazy.
830K followers, but that's less than XQC. I don't know. Maybe people maybe okay. Maybe a decent amount of the followers are actually subbed and like it's only a tight group cuz obviously it's not like you could randomly be like, "Oh, D&D." And then they find Critical Role. That's probably the first person they're going to.
Yeah, maybe it is just like, okay, there's not a lot of D&D streamers, but this guy, streams it or whatever.
Has the
So,
masses.
yeah, so then he gets that niche of subs, and it's quite, I mean, a lot of people play D&D. So, I mean, like, I guess if they're only subbing to like this one D&D dude, that would make sense why he has the most
And
revenue from
yeah,
subs like that.
to know that that channel only has 830K and then XQC is below him on this leaderboard with a 9.3 million followers. Yeah, it just blows my mind to show like how much the D&D community is just wrapped in the side of that channel.
And maybe, stuff is like other things aren't accounted for on that list, so maybe he's not like technically number one or whatever. But
Maybe Critical Role's just doing a bunch of advertisements during
yeah,
the freaking
yeah,
channel.
maybe I'm honestly, I mean, with like D&D how it plays out, that might be the case.
Right.
So, but
That was supposed to be a 5-minute talk, but I think it went to like 10 minutes or something.
yeah,
Or was I
I don't
right
have a
on the money?
timer
5.
going.
Ah,
I can okay, yeah, we're fine. Oh
we're
gosh, I don't think I
good.
was running the entire time. Not the
What?
podcast was running the entire time.
Okay, I was gonna
Frankie's
say.
like POV thing. It's just the
Ah,
glimpse logo, but
okay.
that's fine.
If you
Okay,
want, I can have one little thing and then we can go on to yours because that should last us to the end of the episode.
sure, yeah.
Yeah. So this happened today, while I was grabbing food and holding it because like my dad didn't have a lot of hands when he was like taking stuff out of the car. So
Two.
I went out there to help him. Yeah, 2. You wish you had 3. Um, but I went out there to grab the food for dinner. And you ever had that moment where you're like, oh, I need to sneeze so bad. And you know that you can't because you're
Mhm.
holding food or like you're in a place where it's just like, if I sneeze right now, everybody's going to think I'm so disgusting. So like you're in a lunch line and it's just like, oh, I got to sneeze so bad. And it's like, you can't leave. You don't want to lose your spot, but you
Yeah.
don't want to sneeze because you're in that lunch line.
I
You ever had that like
it
scenario?
was not even too long ago. Well, okay, so when I was sick 2 weeks ago at school, I'm like, okay, I don't want to like cough.
That's like
Like,
the thing now. Is like if you cough in public, people are like,
oh yeah.
"Whoa, whoa."
And
You
so
know what I mean?
I was getting like the end of my sickness, but I'm like, I still have like a little bit of cough and I have like a stuffy nose. But I'm like, I'm just gonna try and like not cough the entire time. And because if I
And you're
do,
just dying.
yeah, exactly, like you're dying inside. Because I knew if I were to cough, people would be like, oh my gosh, he has COVID. But I don't remember exactly the scenario, but it was, I don't know, a little bit ago, mask on and stuff. And I public place. Maybe I was at like the doctor's or something, like in the waiting room, but I had to sneeze so bad. But I'm like, I don't want to sneeze because then people are, probably gonna think I'm here because of COVID or something. So I literally, like in my head, like I meditated the sneeze
Yeah, you're
out of
like,
me.
"Don't
I'm just
sneeze.
like,
Don't
don't
sneeze."
sneeze. You're okay. Don't sneeze. You're fine.
I have those so many, like, just like I said, when you're in a lunch line, you're just like, it'd be so, like, inappropriate to sneeze right now
Yeah.
because 'cause you're just like, you don't wanna sneeze on the if I sneeze to the left, that's on the food, if I sneeze in front of me, that's on my food and somebody's back, if I sneeze to my right, that's somebody sitting down, like, where am I gonna that's why I always go with the sneeze inside your shirt, you know?
Hmm.
Put your nose in your shirt and sneeze and, it doesn't hopefully it's not a juicy one, but let's hope. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
not like a snot rocket.
I was thinking about that. Like, if you're wearing a mask, you're supposed to sneeze and like cough in your mask. I
Oh,
still
no.
like sneeze or cough, with the mask on into the like, your
Right.
arm or whatever to like block everything. But like, imagine if it was like the most, snot-filled sneeze, and then you're just walking around with some like full-on, snot mask.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
So, here I wanna know your take on this. If you have to sneeze and you have a mask on, are you taking the mask down and sneezing into your elbow, or are you keeping it up and sneezing into the mask?
I keep it up. Sneeze into the mask and the elbow.
But then you're breathing it in and it's just like, oh, you just smell that and just,
Yeah,
ugh.
but you got it in these times. I don't know.
You're supposed to, but not me, dude. I'm taking it down and I'm putting my face right up to my elbow. There's no way I'm doing that.
If it, I don't know. I mean,
If I'm in public, maybe. Like in a
oh
tight
yeah.
space with
If
people,
I'm not doing it like, I'm not
walking
like,
down the street, it's like,
I'm not like
oh, oh
walking by
well.
myself like, all right, time to sneeze and just explode it into my mask. But like if I'm, at Walmart or something walking by people, I'd be like, okay. Unless
Right.
I take off the mask, sneeze on the products and dip. Just leave. All right. Well, that's my time at Walmart. Goodbye.
Right, right. Oh,
But
that's funny.
yeah, was
Yeah,
it the
that's about it for
explosion
me.
part?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So on to this next topic. I just want to point out, not to talk about it too much. That Brewers, baseball,
Ooh,
they're going against the Braves right now. This is playoff time, so this stuff truly counts. Dodgers won, but then Dodgers are now losing to the Giants. But
right.
just some baseball stuff's happening. I think once that gets down to like the final couple games, if we're still in it, which I think we're gonna
Right.
literally win this the entire way. But probably
And
next couple
quickly,
weeks. What?
and quickly with football that's going on today, if you're listening to this, Packers versus the Bengals, which I think is going to be a an insane matchup for
Mm.
this for the history books. Would you want to give predictions of scoring?
Well, ooh, I want to point that out from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
last
Go ahead, go
week.
ahead.
When we faced the Steelers, I I already don't remember what the score was. 30, what was it?
I got you.
31 28. No. I don't remember what it was. Ryan's going to look it up. But I was literally here, I'm just going to wait for him.
17-27.
Was it that game or was it the game prior?
Hold on.
Because there was a Packer game where I predicted the score and I was literally 1 point off. I think it was the game prior.
Oh, dude. Duh, man,
I think it
I'm
was like
done.
31. It came out to be 31-27, I believe, but I guess 31-28. Because I thought, I mean, you can do the math. I thought it was going to be uh, 4 touchdowns, but it was only three
No,
and
it was
two field goals or something.
30-28, the 49ers.
30-28?
30-28, 49ers. Yep.
Okay, that was the one that I guessed. And I was one off. I think
Right,
I
yeah, yeah.
guessed 30-27 then, or something like that.
Yeah, he
But that
did.
was crazy. I was so close. But, yeah, so Packers this week, because, this is up on Sunday, Packer game. Um, hmm. If you got a prediction, hit me with yours. I'm thinking.
Oh man. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a little scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 14 14-7. I don't think I think we're gonna be really back and forth and just stopping each other. 14-7 us. Yeah.
I'm I'm tossing out something weird.
Okay.
Um, I'm
You think we're going
going
OT?
no. Mm-mm. Um, because the Steelers game, I felt like, granted, the calls in that Steeler game were absolute
Were
garbage.
atrocious.
So I feel like
Aaron Rodgers getting tripped up.
yeah, I feel like we shouldn't have
If
gotten
Frankie were
a
here, he'd be
touchdown on us,
pissed.
and we should have gotten one more touchdown. So I feel like we're doing pretty hot right now. I feel like it's gonna be probably like 21 13.
Hmm.
I'll hit it with that.
We winning or we losing?
I think we win it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right, dude.
I got trust in that. So yeah, that's my prediction.
Libby. Nice.
Yeah, the calls on that Steelers game were horrendous. I don't know. I don't remember them like exact, but I was at that game and I remember just like seeing, like that trip was terrible. Um, yeah, I don't have like the
I
best
don't even
memory.
remember what happened. I only remember was the Aaron Rodgers trip.
There was a trip that was bad. The first Steelers touchdown, there should have been a call made. Um, we were supposed to get a. I remember we were supposed to get a call on something. Don't remember what it was. Then Steelers ran it down and got a touchdown, but then they got the call on whatever happened there, and then that got reversed, which was good. But it was like just
Frank,
the calls were all over the place. It was insane.
right. Frankie's gonna be listening to this and be like, "You idiots! This is
It
what."
was the third quarter. It was
It
at
was.
5 minutes 7 seconds. But
I
yeah.
mean, Frankie is really into football. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't remember stuff like that.
Oh, I think you would remember stuff like that. 100%.
Because like the way that Frankie watches games is he yells at the TV. Like
Mm.
he has to be in it. He's the type of person that remembers stats and
Yeah,
like everybody's names by
I
number.
cannot get that. Like
Like literally,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like football. I like it when we get the end of the season. Like last year, you, me, and Frankie, we watched a lot of those end games. Um, but like, yeah, I couldn't like, I know Aaron Rodgers. You know, like I know a couple people on the team, and that's about it. But Frankie knows like everybody on the team. He'll know stats of people. I can't do that for football. And football's like it's definitely enjoyable. It's just not my main sport. I think that I would spend that much time on. But
And when we were waiting in your living room, like waiting to go to that football game, me and Frankie were using the numbers that we were wearing, and we were like adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing them to get different numbers. And then that number, he would say the Packer player corresponding. I'm just like, dude, there's no way that you're getting these right. And then I
yeah,
search it up as he's doing it. He's getting them right. I
yeah,
just don't understand this guy.
yeah. Football, yeah. Like
Insane,
it's
man.
yeah, insane. Frankie's like I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about like the amount of knowledge and time we spend on stuff like football, maybe you're like remembering stats or whatever sport it is or other hobby. Imagine if like we all put that brain power to like let's find a cure for cancer or something.
Right,
Like
right.
that. I don't know. That just went across my mind. I understand that's not reasonable, but I just
Yeah, I'm
kind of
definitely the type of guy that'll find the cure to cancer. Me right here.
yeah.
Me.
Okay, let's go to the next topic.
You see this face? I'm finding the cure.
Okay, nice. All right. Well, yeah. Let's head on the next topic now. So this is actually very recent. Like again, on point news. This comes out Sunday. I heard this. This is being recorded Saturday. Modern Warfare 2 is supposed to be the next COD title, which is crazy. Vanguard's not even out yet,
Ooh.
but it's
Like a
confirmed.
remastered or a remake?
It's okay. We don't 100% know. We or the dude that leaked it has seen like the art for it, so he knows it's in the making. We don't know if it's going to be like after Vanguard this game comes out, which to me I don't think it's going to be that way because that's an IW game after Vanguard, which is uh Sledgehammer, which was supposed to be the IW game, is going to be another Black Ops game. So it's probably going to be in 2 years. It's probably going to be a remake. You know how we had MW19. We're probably going to have MW2 2022. So the which is like sad because I know they're just they're going along that same scheme again where it's Modern Warfare, which was COD 4, and now they're going to have Modern Warfare 2 because it's the next game in release. But that doesn't mean that there's actually going to be any resemblance of Modern Warfare 2 because literally it's not going to feel the same. I doubt they're going to add the same guns, and I doubt they're going to have the same maps or maps that are even like it. So I think it's literally just using MW2 just in terms of chronological order and also for nostalgic, aspects, but I don't think it's going to be like MW2 from 2009 like at all.
I mean, they could pull a a COD 4. What was it? It was like they remastered COD 4, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I can see them doing that to Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it wasn't a bad idea for COD 4, but if they did it to Modern Warfare 2,
I
man,
I hope that's what the release is, but I think it's not gonna be that way because with Infinite Warfare, I'm pretty sure it was Infinite, not Advanced.
yeah, it was
Infinite
Infinite.
Warfare, that's when you had that remastered, and it was like, okay, so then you made the choice because people were getting sick of jetpack games, so then they played that, but the
Ideally, that's what the next one should be.
which yeah, that's what it should be. I don't think it's going to be because they remastered then Modern Warfare, in MW19, and I feel like that's just what they're going to do. They're going to make MW2 2022, and then it's just going to be like, it's literally just going to be MW19 again, which is already the feel that we were thinking we were going to get with Vanguard. We thought it was just going to be a reskinned MW19 in World War II setting. Luckily, playing the beta, it's not like that, which I'm very grateful for. So then we'll get a Black Ops game, and then we'll get MW2 remastered or, remade. And I don't think it's going to be any sort of glory that MW2 in 2009 had.
When I was playing the beta, like for the short time that I was, it felt like World War II, like the actual game, Call of Duty World War II.
hmm
Like, did you played World War II, right?
Um, I've I think I've legit played the zombies of that, and
I
that's
mean, the
it.
zombies weren't terrible, but they weren't the best. They were the more scary side of zombies for sure. But I feel like they were similar, very similar.
Mm.
So it's kind of just like almost remaking World War II, because if it's in a World War II setting and it's just in a different spot of the world for like the maps,
Are you talking about like the recent release?
like Call of Duty World War II and Vanguard are very similar and almost the same.
Like the one right before or right after, was that right before or right
Right after
after?
right after Black Ops 3 or something,
Oh, okay,
4.
that one. Because yeah,
Yeah.
I played pubs and stuff on that one. And I mean, yeah, that's like literally the predicament that happened was IW wanted to spend more time on their next game. So then they made Sledgehammer make this game, Vanguard. And so since that Sledgehammer used the assets of World War II that they just made, they were able to make the game faster. And so like the game is similar. I still think it's like unique enough and it feels different enough from MW19 that it's not just me playing MW19 again. And especially the pacing of it's already like way better. So I'm down for Vanguard. Um, and then we'll get whatever Black Ops game, which I don't know what they're gonna do. But then we'll
Do we
get
know if Vanguard has
MW2.
zombies?
It does, yeah.
It does.
And I'm
Okay.
I'm pretty
Cool.
sure the same team that was making zombies in
Treyarch.
Cold War. I don't know if it's all of Treyarch or if it's like a subgroup, but they're doing it in. So
Yeah,
the
and
zombies should be good.
in Cold War's last zombie map, Forsaken,
Mm-hmm.
it tied up that whole story of Cold War and zombies,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of left a really good set off point for Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you know anything about zombies, there's the main characters from the old Call of Duty days: Nikolai, Dempsey, Richtofen, and Takio. Um, Spoiler, if you haven't done any of the Easter eggs, I mean, why wouldn't you have at this point if you play it? They ultimately die. And this Cold War game was a prequel to, in a different time, different alternate universe, prequel to the main story, which was with the main four characters. Um, and at the end of Forsaken, they're the people who you know during the maps are all getting arrested by the director and his like military policemen.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, very end, last cutscene, you have Richtofen, young Richtofen, as the director, pulling the strings in like zombies. This is the first time you see him in Cold War, which is showing that he will be in the next game. And he's like
Mm,
packing up his stuff and leaving. Like it's just like
yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
think I think Vanguard will be a good year. I think like the zombies, I mean, I feel like they'll be good. I feel like pubs will be good if they introduce league play early enough. For those people, like that would be good. Depends on the camel grind as well. But I'm just like, thinking, okay, then we're gonna get some Black Ops game, which we don't know of. But then just I don't know. I think it just bugs me that they're gonna do MW2 the remake, and it's literally gonna be nothing like it. Like
or it could be 100% like it.
if they instead like have remastered the crap out of it, because that's the thing, like it's not the same engine, and ultimately even if you
Right.
ported everything over, but then you're like, okay, now let's update it to this engine, the game's not going to play the same, the pacing's not going to be the same, just like the gunfights won't be the same, it's not going to be the same game. So you could add the ACR and all this stuff but be like, okay, but it just feels like MW19 because that's the same exact engine.
And I feel like with how players are like evolutionizing, is that how you say it? Evolution? Like, am I saying that
Evolving.
right? Evolving, yeah. Evolutionizing. How players are evolving today, like with camping, and there's very rarely ever people just running around with a regular gun getting
Mm.
high streaks and stuff. There's the snipers, which obviously will be from game to game. It's like you could remake the best Call of Duty game in the franchise and it's not going to play the same, even if it is all the same thing, same engine, just higher like graphics and stuff. It's not going to play the same because the players aren't the same.
Well, I would say this. Um, like MW19. I remember Frankie, or I remember, yeah, I don't know. We were talking about Black Ops 4 or something, and I said like that, like Black Ops 4 to me is like a really good game, and like
It's really good. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have like it's not even that old, and I have nostalgia of playing Black Ops 4, which just tells you how bad of an experience MW19 is. And
Yeah.
Frankie likes MW19 and he doesn't like Black Ops 4. And I just don't understand because of the sense of how campy people are in MW19. And he says, "Well, that's just the people." That's not just the people cuz granted MW19 was like a big influx of players, but it's literally how that game was paced and played out with like Ghost, Daddy as a field upgrade, all that stuff literally made like camping like the thing to do. So new people that were into COD then join this game, then think, okay, this is how I play the game. So that game definitely has set the tone, and I think it will be for the next couple of games of how you play this to win is to camp. And you can see that with Cold War. Cold War isn't a campy game in theory with how you actually have Daddy or Dead Silence or uh, Ninja. You have that as a perk. You have Ghost as a perk, and then you still have like field upgrades, but it's not that. But in the terms of that game, you're actually running around and you're fighting. But people that
Right.
came from MW19 really were not having fun on that game because it's not the same camping experience, so then they automatically think it's bad. I remember playing the beta, and that, not to throw shade at Frankie, but I think, he likes MW19, so I'm throwing all the shade I can. When we played Cold War beta on PC, he was getting like stomped, and he's like, I just don't understand. Like I'm shooting at these people, like they're not dying. Like I feel like I'm shooting first, and it is a completely different scenario of playing an IW game compared to an Activision game in terms of like slide canceling and stuff like that. And I
Right.
feel
Yeah.
like just that adjustment from game to game, those people were really you know like they really disregarded Black Ops just because it was a different play style. And I feel like going to Vanguard, this Vanguard is paced really well, where people actually like are forced to run around when you have like the blitz game modes and stuff like that.
That was what I was gonna say. I
So,
really hope that the blitz game mode like evolves people
yeah,
from
exactly.
camping to running around.
So
And
I
like, does the blitz game mode make it so that you die if you sit still for too long? Is that what it is?
no, it's just more players on the map.
Okay.
So it's
You could still
forcing
camp.
you could, but because there's so many people, even if you're like camping, you're gonna have like five guys jump at you. So it's forcing you to move around. And Ghost in this game, if you're standing in one spot, you're still gonna get pinged on the radar. You need to be moving around for Ghost to get you off UAVs. I wish in this game field upgrade is deady again, which doesn't make sense to me. It was like two steps forward, one step back. I wish they just made Ninja a perk again, like in Cold War. But
But then you would have a constant deady.
well, yeah,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
I think, but in the terms of how, like, I think the best experience for like pubs and comp is for that to be the case. It's like the experience of you having the best gunplay compared to the dude sitting in a corner with his ghost on and he has his nice ear, or his nice headset on and he hears you from point 0.3 miles away calculating your cardinal direction and like, trying to
Right.
understand where you're coming from. I do think if Vanguard stays as like quiet as it is right now, like footsteps aren't loud, then I'm fine with Deddy being a field upgrade. Like I guess it's some middle ground, so I'm fine with it. I still think they can work on the clarity of where the footsteps are still coming from. There's a difference between clarity and just sound. But I
Right,
think I
right.
think it's in a good spot, especially with Ghost being changed. But that leads me to the point of MW2, like the remake or remaster, whatever they port, whatever they make, if it's not, a straight up remaster of MW2 from 2009 and that same engine, like people are still gonna play campy because we're still not even that far out from MW19. So yeah, just like the experience of playing, MW2 2022 will be different. So I already think it's not going to be like held to the glory of the 2009 version because people are just going
Right.
to play different. And from watching, this is how I found out about the news. Watching FaZe Jev's video, he said like if you think that MW2 was the best game because it was like the best balance, you're lying to yourself. MW2 wasn't balanced well with like noob tubing, one man army, the model shotguns, like they were busted. But the thing
Right.
is at that time with MW2 lobbies, like if you ran something like that, everybody would just berate you. Like you would get voice comm the crap out of, everybody would just start to target you. So then you would pretty much be forced to running like whatever gun. So people just did not care at the time. And so if they made that game now in 2022, like people are gonna have a different play style. They're gonna camp more, and even if it's balanced really well, it's not gonna be the same game. So
Right.
I don't like how they're just using the title of it unless they completely just port it over. So
And I don't know how capable. I mean, it's probably damn near impossible to do it, but forcing in-game voice comm,
mm-hmm.
like instead of, obviously you can't stop Discord and Skype and whatever
Yeah.
team speak, like the PlayStation parties and Xbox parties. There's no way you can just neglect that from the games, but to have forced game chat would be make just any Call of Duty game really nice. I just love the feeling of killing somebody and then hearing, "What? How do you do that?" Or like,
What?
"Huh? Like, he's cheating." Like, "No, dude, I'm not cheating. You just
Yeah.
suck."
Yeah.
Like,
When they added that in Blackout with like your death comm, like I remember people dying, like laughing because of that. Like that was the funniest thing. Was just like you kill someone and it's just like, huh? And like,
yeah,
you know, it was like it was literally like a glimpse of what the game, or like, how voice comms was before. Because I remember, playing MW2 lobbies, Black Ops 1 lobbies, and it's like, you could just mute everyone, and if you're playing with someone, you usually just mute all. But like, if you're just playing pubs just to play pubs, then it's literally just like you shoot the beans, like, just whatever somebody says, that's just what you say, and that's how it
Do you
goes.
have do you have a voice comm like that you remember that somebody has said? Because I have one, and it's
Um,
blatant as day, and I have it on my channel filmed.
I I don't think like a specific one. I mean, I don't know.
What's your favorite one to get?
I mean, now it's just like when people just like screaming in their mic after you kill them. I just think that's funny because that's how I feel the exact same way when I die. But like, I mean, I played MW2. I guess that was 2009, 2010. I would have been 8, 9 years old. So like, that was so long ago. So I mean, just like slurs. But yeah.
Right, right. I think my favorite one to get is probably "How do you know I was there?" or like, "Yo,
Oh,
he's hacking."
when stuff is like super obvious, in the sense of like, let's say, oh, I have this guy on pings or
Right.
whatever, and I just
Like
kill him.
Resurgence, you kill someone, you see him on the map.
Yeah, and then I kill him, and they're just like, how does he know? Or just whatever, and it's like, dude, you're so stupid. Like, like, there's no way you're thinking I'm hacking because I killed you hiding in whatever spot because I have you on pings. Like, just
Right.
deduce it a little bit, and you'll understand.
And I have a deathcom filmed and recorded on my channel where I think it was me, you, and Frankie playing a final zone in downtown, and it was people up on a building, and one of them grabbed a crown on accident. Sorry,
Oh
guys. Oh,
yeah.
I had a burp. And we didn't know they were up there. So he grabbed that crown, and we know he's up there now.
Mm-hmm.
So then, as soon as he started jumping off, we started shooting them as they were coming down. And we
Yeah.
killed them. And the death com was, "Oh, Billy, you shouldn't have grabbed that most wanted." And then, as the game ended, and you see your scoreboard, you can hear the other team if they're still there. Everybody, you can hear everybody if they're still there. And all of a sudden, I just hear somebody sigh and go, and then I was like, "You shouldn't have grabbed that crown." And he goes, "Oh, shut up!" Like, and then all of a sudden, his whole team starts laughing at him,
Yeah.
and it's just the funniest like sequence that I've ever had.
Yeah, and I truly think like that's where some of the, like, with the state of
That's like one of
Warzone.
the best moments
Yeah,
that I have.
exactly. Like with the state of Warzone, like, I don't like the game. And like pubs is like the only thing that like I can constantly go back to and have fun with. Even if the game's like not the best game, like pubs is still like my game mode, I think. And so having like those moments, because of course you have those occur, I think, more in pubs, especially if voice comms like had to be enabled. 100%, you
Right.
have those moments all the time. And I remember when we were playing MW19, this was pretty early on in the lifespan of the game, and we were playing pubs, you, me, and Frankie. It was a LAN party at his house,
Yeah.
and I think, was it S and
Yeah, that one
D?
was the
I think it was
best. That
S
was
and
the
D,
best. On,
and
Aslov Cave or something?
yeah, and I don't remember really how it went down. I think it was just like a 1v something, and I don't even know who clutched it up. But a dude on the other team just said like, "Are you guys scared?" And then we just all started saying, because we're all right next to each other, just mic'd
I'm
up. We're like,
so
"I'm
scared!
so scared." Like anytime, any mid or in between matches, in between rounds, we would always
That
just
was
say
the
it.
only thing we would say.
Only thing we'd say. And it was just the funniest thing.
And it shut him up because
Yeah,
that was the
100%.
stupidest thing he could have
And
ever said.
that's literally all it was back then, was literally just saying whatever you could to get the other person to shut up first. It was the funniest thing ever. I loved it.
Like, you're in an SND, search and destroy scenario. It's a 1v3 or something. Obviously, you're going to hide and try to get the advantage. So
Mm.
why wouldn't you sit in a corner? And why would you say, what are you scared? Well,
Yeah.
obviously, you're in a 1v3, you're trying to win. That's the stupidest thing you could ever say.
And so then
And it's like,
it was literally
dude,
just like everybody got the mic close to them and we're just like, I'm
I'm
so
so
scared. And it was so funny. So
Oh
I
man.
legit think those are like some of the best moments. Like that's
Oh, for
definitely the
sure.
funniest stuff. I think we gotta wrap it up, but I just want to point out Team Summertime, TST,
Mm.
one of the recent videos they were playing MW19 again, and Hitch was in the pregame lobby, and I can't say it verbatim of what he said, but he
Oh
said
boy.
like, "Oh my gosh, why is it stinking? Why does this lobby stink?" And the dude said, "Oh, my fault, my G. I just crapped my pants."
I love how open people are. Just like, and it was probably a lie,
Oh
but
yeah,
just
but
just you can say whatever the hell you
it's
want.
just
It's just
people,
so funny.
playing off each other. Like it was just so funny. But yeah,
Oh man.
hopefully that comes back in these upcoming games, and hopefully MW2 2022 is like at least something of the prior game. But
Right.
we'll see, and we'll see how Vanguard plays out. But I think that's about it. I think I'll wrap it up for the
For sure.
podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was, I'm pretty sure, episode 18. I could be wrong. It might be. I think it is. But
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for watching the CatchaGlimpse Podcast. Make sure to check this out. Every Sunday, 7 a.m. iTunes and Spotify, or 4:30 on YouTube with those visuals. Check out our link tree. You'll get all the links to our Instagram, other social medias like TikTok for that quick and easy
Yep.
content.
Check
Any
out our
announcements
TikTok.
on there?
100%.
TikTok, we have some banging stuff
We
going on there.
we upload we upload at least 2 times a week on TikTok. So if you're looking
Yeah.
for quick, easy, funny content, TikTok is the way to go.
I think especially with the new game coming out, hopefully I'll be producing content. I know Frankie has, so we'll start getting like our own content even on the TikTok. So make sure to go check that out as well. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do a review on iTunes, Spotify. It really helps us out. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll check you out next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.